Oops. Sorry, everyone. Just got to sort this out in a minute. Right, we're on my phone now. So, okay, so hopefully this might work out. Right, I can't go live with Mark, so let's add. Yeah. Can't see my face. Hello, everyone. God, it must be driving you mad tonight. It must be driving you mad because you've all been waiting patiently, and now it's
That's better.
Worse than you.
No, better, much better.
Yeah, I've got to turn it down.
Quality. I think it's the quality.
Right. Okay.
Loads of people watching for mine as well. Guys, this is a spiritual video. So anyone into spirituality, you can stay on here, but anyone that don't really watch it or you want to see it for your first time, then this is going to be something you've never seen before. So you've joined this video. Oh, right there.
It's just echoing. It's constant echoing. I think it's on my internet.
2 seconds. Someone suggested about headphones for me. Let me try that.
Yeah, try headphones. It's just
Is that better?
right. Yep.
Yeah,
that's better.
That's the problem, man. It was me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
You're upside down now. Oh no, you're up the right way.
I ain't got much charge on you either. How much charge you got? Oh, I should be out.
Yeah. That's fine. Right, we're finally here, everybody. So I shall swipe your messages across. Right, thank you. We've finally got here, so there's no more echoing. So we won't drive you mad.
You're on.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, my God. You're on your page, you. So 2 seconds, we just share it to the other groups.
Okay.
Share it to the page as well, so everyone can see it. Because obviously, not everyone on the page.
A lot of feedback from Elaine. Yeah, that's so. We seem to have sorted it out now, Carol. It's fine because he's got headphones on. That's why it does it.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's my fault. All right.
Yeah, you shared it. I can see it's come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked. Happy days. That took.
No,
yeah, that took a bit of time, didn't it? Brilliant. This is all sorted now. Elaine, I just hope my battery don't die halfway through it. Tell me if it's died, and I'll just take it out and then I'll charge it up. If it echoes a bit, guys, I'm sorry. I'll turn it down on you anyway, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to swipe your messages, everyone. Oh God, what the hell's happening now? Yeah, that's it.
Guys, I know a lot of
you
come. Yeah, I know a lot of you are my friend. A lot of my friends are on you. They probably haven't got a clue what this is. Guys, this is like a spiritual. Elaine is a trance medium. If you don't know what a trance medium is, it's basically she goes into a trance, and by the power of magic and God, a spirit will come into her and speak out from her. This is a bit nervous. Yeah, it's a bit crazy first, but you get used to it, and obviously you've never seen it before. It's going to be something new and very enjoyable. So, guys, yeah, if you want to stick around, stick around.
Okay, you ready, everyone?
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Jonathan.
Evening. Hello, Sir Shane. I'm glad to be back with you again, yes.
Same, my friend. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, yes. In spirit, we are very happy.
Good.
I have come to join you this evening to see what questions people wish to ask.
There's been a lot of questions, Jonathan. Let me just get it on the page. Do you want to introduce yourself, Jonathan? Because for the new people that haven't experienced this before.
Why, yes. I am Jonathan Hunter. I am the spirit guide of Elaine. I step into her energy, and she allows me to come and speak through her. She can hear what I am saying, but she has no control over what I am going to say. But what I do is stand in her energy, which widens as she goes into a relaxed state, which then allows me to step into it and start to manipulate her thoughts and her vocality in order to create a sentence. And that is how trance works. And there are quite a few spirit operatives that choose to go into trance, and then their spirit guides can then come through and use their vocality to speak. It takes dedication and trust in oneself and, of course, in the spirit guide that is going to be speaking. And that can take many years in some, can't it? The way of trust. But eventually it comes round, and then when that is going to happen, you will find that the trance will work perfectly. It will be blending two souls as one together in union. We do enjoy communicating with your earthly plane. So we are quite happy to invite your curiosity and your questions.
Thank you, Jonathan. All right, so a lot of people have been asking, do we have karma, cause and effect, or is our life just your own plan?
Everything in your life is synchronized. Before you come to the earth plane, you made the particular plan of what you were going to be doing before you came here. And sometimes little synchronicities will pop up in your life to remind you about these things. So yes, everything is synchronized in life. It is a little bit like a huge puzzle, isn't it? It seems as if it is never finished because it is eternal. But life is a part of a huge puzzle, whereby you piece each little bit together, but it never seems to be ending because it is eternal. In this life, and then to the beyond, and to the heavens, for eternal life.
Thank you, Jonathan. Someone said, how much can family members in spirit actually help us if we ask them?
Well, it is help as such, but they will send you little reminders of what you had already planned, and they will help to lead you back to it, so to speak. So they will send you little synchronicities as if to say, well, this is what I am reminding her or him of what they planned, and it's going to seem as if I am helping them, but I am really, because I'm sort of giving them a reminder of what they did plan before they came here. So they are helping you, yes. They are not going to live your life for you, make your decisions for you, but they do give you little reminders every now and again that they are around and they do want to help you, yes.
Thank you, Jonathan. Let me just see if any questions on here. I like more about consciousness awakening. Excuse me. Conscious, subconsciousness or unconsciousness, how to fix subconsciousness. Wow, that just didn't make sense at all. Sorry, Donna. I think she was saying she would like to ask more about consciousness, how to, I think, yeah, just a more conscious awakening.
Well, you are consciousness. And when you return to the spirit life, you become a consciousness without a physical being, you see. So the whole entirety of your life and beyond that is entirety of consciousness. You are just birthing a consciousness into a physical being in order for it to go about its physical journey. And so when you cast off that physical coat, you are still consciousness, but you are no longer in the physical. And so that consciousness survives in the afterlife. It is living in the afterlife as that consciousness. So you have several states of conscious, don't you? You have the unconscious, the subconscious, the semi-conscious, the awakened conscious. So she is talking, I should think about the conscious awakening of spiritual awakening, you see. So she would want to know about that. Well, there comes a time in your life where you would but plan to pick that you would have a time of spiritual awakening when you would be truly ready for it. And then your pineal gland will start to open up and show you that spiritual awakening. You will have perhaps experiences that will bring you to that awakening. For instance, you may have an unusual dream, a visitation from a loved one, or a sign that has been sent to you, or you have been saved in some way from a terrible accident and you have survived it, you see. And then you become awakened because you have a different perception about life and the afterlife. And so you begin to become more curious about it, and you want to delve into it even more and become even more awakened and even more conscious about it. So that is how it goes, isn't it? There are many explanations about consciousness.
Thank you, Jonathan. Chris Riley said, do children and babies grow up in the spirit world, and how?
Well, they will expand themselves, won't they, in the way of expanding their consciousness and widening their horizons in spirit by learning. We have what you call the halls of learning in spirit, and you may choose to go in there. But sometimes they will remain as children simply because they want to bring back the essence of that child to your world. They believe that if they come as children, it brings happiness and it raises the vibrations. Children's innocence, children's happiness is raising vibrations on your earth and bringing happiness and joy to your earth. And some of them may choose to grow in spirit, and they may choose to come back to you and connect with you as an adult, because you would perhaps be curious as to what they would have been like as an adult had they lived, you see, on the earth plane. So they have those choices as how they want to perceive themselves, what sort of memory of their essence they would want to bring back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. A lot of people asked about animals as well, animal spirits. Are they, like, if you're connected with your pet, obviously your dog, and they pass away, are they always around you? Are they in the spirit world with us?
Yes, very much so. The animals are not segregated from us in spirit. They are very much with us, in accompaniment with us. And they do like to connect with you here in your world. So they haven't left you. They make the same sort of connection as what a spirit person would do, a spirit soul. Uh, for instance, I would say if your grandmother wanted to come and show herself to you, well, the pet would be able to do it as well, if it wanted to. So the animals are just as capable as you are with connecting with the earth plane. They want you to know that they are safe and well on the other side, just as much as your relatives do.
Thank you, Jonathan. Just maybe a couple more questions. Guys, not doing any personal readings because obviously we'll be here all night. But Elaine does do bookings as well for personal readings. And also, there's a couple of people from Cumbran. There's an event in 27th of April in Cumbran. Tickets are still on sale as well. Anyone got any questions about, not personal questions, but any questions related to the afterlife, spirit world, and anything? Sharon's got a good question here. Can you tell us about ascension guides that help with the Earth, also the intergalactic council and overseers?
I would say to you about the guides, yes, they are here for the entirety of your life and beyond. And they are here to take you through the difficult times, the good times in life, or if you are going to be opening up spiritually, then the guide will draw closer to you and want to work alongside you, you see. You have that choice. But they are not going to make your decisions in life or overtake your life in any way. That is your life. They are just guiding you through your purpose in life, you see. And would you please remind me of the other question that she was asking? Yes, about the outer beings. I do believe she was questioning about, yes.
Can you tell us about the ascension guides that will help you with the Earth? Also, the intergalactic council and overseers? I don't know about
that. Yes. Well, I would say that, in a sense, the overseers are the higher beings that watch over your Earth, aren't they? And you have this intergalactic beings. I think that she would mean the outer beings in other galaxies that are sort of keeping an eye on the Earth here. They are coming to visit because they are curious about the way that the human life is carrying on, the way it exists, and how we function. You see, you are curious about them, they are curious about you, but they do exist. You cannot simply be the only ones in the universe. There are other forms of life, but they are many millions and millions of miles away from you. But they could be here in an instant if they wanted to be. They have advancement in different ways, don't they? You may be advanced in one thing, they may be advanced in another. It is how it works, you see. Everything is different in their world as what it would be to the earthly world. But if she is talking about a council, she is probably meaning the spirit council, you see. We have that, what you call in spirit, the higher beings. You would go to them and you would discuss with them about the life that you would want to live back here on earth and what you had learned in other past lifetimes. So sometimes we will informally discuss that with them, but everything is mind to mind. It is not going into an office and having a discussion like that. It is just spirit mind to spirit mind, you see.
Thank you, Jonathan. Stacey just said, does everyone have a purpose, or are some out here with no purpose at all?
Everyone has a purpose. It is whether or not you want to live and believe in yourself that you have a purpose. Some people get lost for their purpose in life. They think to themselves, well, I'm wondering what my purpose here is because I don't seem to have any purpose here at the moment. But it is believing in oneself that you would have a purpose and finding things that you enjoy doing in life that give you that purpose. But everybody has a soul purpose here, yes. You all go about things in different ways, but you are all really as one and the same. You just do everything in a different approach. But you are all learning about unconditional love in human form. And you choose to come here and do that in the physical.
Thank you, Jonathan. Sean said, in the spirit world, do you remember family members from all your previous lives, or is it just the latest life?
I think that when you pass to the other side, you all become as one, you see. There are no segregations of different family units. You will remember every soul that you ever connected with. I hope that answers her question.
Sorry, John. Yeah, I thought you had the. Thought you had a bit more info. That's fine. Can you ask Jonathan about orbs and why so many shapes and lights?
Orbs are beings of light, and most of them will come in circular shapes, simply because in the way of circular, it depicts eternal life, doesn't it? No beginning, no end. There's just eternity. And so they come in circular shapes, and some of them come in different colors, because you have all of the colors in spirit that are some of the colors that don't even exist here on earth, but they will want to present themselves to you in different ways. And spirit orbs are what we become on the other side, you see. If you wanted to see each other as human form on the other side, yes, that is fine, because when you get to the spirit life, you would recognize everyone as a sort of a being, wouldn't you? You would want to see them as a person. But if you were to see them here on Earth, mostly, you would see them as light beings, which they appear in the many on your cameras these days. And we are light beings. That is how we may want to present ourselves to you. So this is what orbs are. Some of them are dust. You need to differentiate between the two.
Thank you, Jonathan. Someone had a good question. Why do religions talk about Armageddon? Well, yeah, I want to know this. Will the world end, Jonathan, like everyone predicts in religion?
Well, everything is progression, isn't it? And human life is progressing along with the earth. And unfortunately, everything has to evolve over time. And it is evolving as continuum. It is eternally evolving. So the world is not going to end yet. It's not going to end at the present time. There is much time to be correcting everything. It is just that your world is needing you to persevere in looking after her, you see, because you have the build-up of carbon dioxide, which is sort of covering as a layer, the ozone layer. That is the build-up of carbon dioxide, which is causing the ozone layer to warm up, the world to warm up, so to speak. And all of your earthly poisons, so the cars that you use and the factories that emanate these things are putting that up into the atmosphere, which is causing all sorts of problems with you here on Earth. So I think that you have come to the realization that you've suddenly got to start doing something about it. But I would say to you that everything has cause and effect, doesn't it, in your world? And if you're going to cause something, then it's going to have an effect. So if you're going to continue the way that you are, then man is going to make oneself become extinct, isn't he?
Yeah.
Man is going to make oneself extinct, and by doing the things that you do on the earth. But they are beginning to come to the realization that they have finally come to the decision that they need to do something about it, and the quicker that you do it, the better it's going to be.
Can we do anything, Jonathan, ourselves to help it?
Well, of course, in a singular notion, you couldn't do it like that. You'd have to have millions and millions of people doing something about it at the same time for it to create a mass effect. So you've got to get everybody joining in doing it from all sides of the world, you see. It cannot be one corner of the earth that makes the effort and the rest don't, because that's not going to have an effect for the world. So I would say that everybody in the whole wide world would need to come together and say, well, right, yes, we need to do something about this, and we need to hurry up and do something about it before things start to go wrong. So yes, you are needing to come together as a mass group of people all over the world to try and get this sorted out.
Thank you, Jonathan. A couple of people messaged about this Glastonbury in 2012. 2012? Go back in time now, yeah? 2020. They're on about the mass gathering in Glastonbury. Can you give them more information about that?
Yes, is this I have mentioned before? Is that what they're wanting to know?
Yeah, what you mentioned before, yeah.
Oh, yes. I know that many do visit Glastonbury over many years, and they are going to continue doing so. But I believe that 2020 is going to be quite an important year. It's sort of a very rounded off year, isn't it? With the two numbers that match. You've got the two twos, the two zeros together. They're very much coming together in a union, aren't they? You've got them side by side, that same number, side by side, 20, then another 20. So you've got a union of numbers, and you've got a union of people that will come together and create this healing for the world and for the people. And most people go to Glastonbury in England simply because it is seen as a very spiritual place, much like Lourdes in France is seen as a very healing place. So yes, I do believe that they will gather on this hill there, and they will pray together for healing of the world and for the people. And that will happen in 2020.
Thank you, Jonathan. Stacey again, yeah. She's come up. Does your soul feel unfulfilled if you don't pursue your purpose on this earth?
I do believe that the soul understands its journey. It understands that it is to make many journeys of lifetimes to raise its soul to the higher realms of spirituality. And the more wisdom and that you gain in each lifetime, you will take that back with you to spirit, to the higher realms of spirit as you come into each lifetime. Now, you may come into 3 or 4 lifetimes before you actually overcome many emotional states, and then your soul will start to raise the higher realms of spirit. It doesn't make you any greater or lesser than anybody else, because we are all as one, but you are wanting to get to be true source next to the light of God, you see. So you would want to raise your soul to the highest point where it no longer needs to incarnate as a human existence. And that can take many eons of time for the soul to keep coming back in the human existence. To learn about unconditional love in the physical is very difficult, isn't it? Because there are so many sides to it, so many aspects to it. And one will keep coming back and going through the same thing over and over again until it overcomes many different emotional states in order to understand empathy and unconditional love, you see. So I'm hoping that is answering the question that is asked. If there is anything to add to that, please do put it to me.
That's good. I was going to say, Jonathan, it's like life. If you do the same thing over and over, you're stuck in that same circle. It's hard to get out of it.
How do you get out of it? By believing in yourself. And I would say that a spiritual awakening is the most beautiful thing. And that can really help bring you out of it. Because you will never see life in a different light again, will you? You will never see it as you saw it before.
Agree. Completely agree. 2012, mine was the hint of it. Me, I went for my first reading in 2012. I think it was, or I felt something. I learned about spirituality, about astrology and everything. Just it really hit me, and then ever since then, I've been building up, and then so that was my spiritual awakening.
That is wonderful. Yes, many people have different experiences with their spiritual awakening. And it is rather wonderful to hear of those experiences and as to how they came to be in union with spirit.
I know we said this a couple of times, Jonathan, but there's new people on here. Can you explain why people see numbers again? Like I know it, but there's a lot of people on here that wants to know. I was surprised he actually asked the question, to be honest. Proud of you, David. Why do you see certain numbers repeatedly? It's because of... Go on, I'll explain it, Jonathan.
Well, you will see numbers repeatedly because they are usually a message from spirit about something that is going on in your life in the way of the spiritual matters. For instance, if most people commonly purport to see 1111, and that is, when you looked at your war, the 1111, it finished there. There was once war, but then there became peace. You see, so it's leaving behind the old negative and going into the positive. And you are truly at one with yourself. When you see 1111, you are in true union with oneself. And there are many other similarities of numbers that will depict change in your life, where it will tell you that you are going in the right direction in your life. And now if you see 3 sevens together, but you would say, well, seventh heaven, wouldn't you? Seventh heaven. So I would say that you are in perfect union when you see these numbers. You are getting messages from Spirit for your own self. So those signs are coming about, and they're letting you know that you are connecting with the other side. A lot of people say, well, the messages seem to be from the angels. Well, yes, they are from angels and Spirit. So do take notice of these numbers.
I think you
they
go
are
on
messages for your own self.
I think you can go on Google, Jonathan, and see what angel numbers mean, like 1111, 333, and you just go on
Yes,
Google.
that is right. They all have different meanings, but they are all of similarity.
Yeah.
But the most poignant of 1111 is the perfect connection of letting go of the old self and spiritually awakening into the new.
There's a message from Pauline. She wrote it about 12 times, Jonathan, so I've got to ask it. Shane, I dreamt I was a trance medium. What does that mean? And she's dreaming of your trance medium.
Well, that is her own mind, her subconscious mind. Her higher self, I would rather say, actually, that she is being told that she is having the gift of being a trance medium. So Spirit are letting her know as well. She is making that connection with them in her sleep and connecting to her higher self in her sleep state and knowing that she has the gift of trance mediumship. So it is good to go and develop it. And if you can find a reputable person that knows about this, that can help you to develop it, then that is a good thing.
Thank you, Jonathan. Hope that helped, Pauline. Michael Kelly said, I know you asked this before, but obviously with the new people, did you have any children, Jonathan, and and are any of your family still alive?
Well, I should imagine me being ancestor to them, yes, they would still be here. It's generation and generation carries on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, my sons, I had 2 sons, Stephen and Paul, and one has reincarnated to the earth, and the other one is on the other side with me.
Amazing. Do you contact each other quite regularly?
I think that not all of them are spiritually minded, so it's not a case of saying that you could make contact with all of them. But I think that some of them would be able to make spiritual contact, but not necessarily with me. It would be more with their spirit guides. But people on the earth are interested in finding out their ancestry, aren't they?
Yeah.
So my descendants, yes, are living on the earth, descendants of me, yes.
Wow. The Hunters.
The Hunters, quite a
The
common
Hunters.
name, I should think.
Yeah. The Hunters from London.
Oh, yes.
So many people are writing, Jonathan. It's crazy.
I'm getting rather popular here, I understand.
You are. 175 people live at the moment.
Goodness me, that is rather a lot.
Someone said, what is the distance between heaven and earth?
There is no distance.
It's another world,
another
isn't it?
dimension.
Yeah, it's another dimension. I was going to say, yeah, another world. How do I connect with my spirit guide? I'm getting really puzzled. Please help me. Lindsay Whitehead.
Well, connecting with a spirit guide, my dear, you need to know to trust in what your spirit mind is giving you. You see, you have a higher self, and you have what you call a pineal gland. And when that starts to open and flourish, then you are connecting with the spirit life, you see. You are connecting with your higher self, which enables you to connect with your spirit guide. So I do recommend meditation is a good way to come close, or to ask the spirit guide to send you some signs and synchronicities that they are connecting with you here on earth. Now that is the best way to do it. If you find meditative states a little bit fearful, or you are not used to doing that sort of thing, then that is the best way to do it, to ask them to send you little messages and signs, synchronicities that they are around.
Thank you, Jonathan. Someone said, is it safe to connect with spirits through Ouija boards?
I wouldn't recommend it myself, you see, because you don't know what you're getting there. And if you have no experience of that, you could get all sorts coming in, and then you've got a big problem on your hands. So it's something that has to be used by somebody that is really knowing what they are doing. And even then, you know, you've got to be very careful. It's not something that I would recommend myself, but you've got to be praying, you've got to be protecting yourself, and you've got to know to open up and close down at the end of it, you see. Otherwise, yes, they can follow you around and attach themselves to you. So there are those lower level naughty ones that will hang about, but a lot of people would say, well, Jonathan, I don't believe in bad spirits. It's negative energies, you see. It is negative energies, and
Yeah.
all of that is not good to be messing about with. It is better to stay with the light and do things properly, my dear. Don't go messing about with those sort of things. You do it through choice. I cannot tell you what to do. But that is my advice. That is all I will ever give to you.
Someone said, this is a good question, are spirits happy to connect with the living?
Yes, we are, because if we weren't happy, I wouldn't be here now. You see,
True.
we connect because we want to, and we are quite happy to connect with your world. We want you to know that there is another side.
Jonathan, how many spirits like yourself contact through mediums? Is the numbers unreal? Yeah, the numbers millions.
Well, I would not put a number upon it, because they are upon their minds.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Yes, a lot of souls.
It'd be good if we can get you and another trance medium on here doing a live chat together.
Yes, maybe one day it could be arranged.
One day. That's something else, yeah. Does taking psychedelic drugs such as DMT bring you into the spirit realm?
Yes, it can do if used properly. I would say it is not necessarily a drug. It is something that the brain can produce upon passing to the spirit life.
Yeah.
I would say that just before you are going to leave your physical being, the brain will flood itself with that DMT, so to speak. It will have an experience of elation and pure happiness, and that is passing to the other side. And that is what that sort of thing gives you, is that experience. A lot of people have purported to have a wonderful spiritual experience from that. But I think that rather than relying on that sort of thing to have that experience, it is opening up your pineal gland and allowing yourself to connect naturally with that sort of source, you see. But it is up to oneself if they were going to try it. But it's not recommending any particular drug to anybody, because it is something that the brain would naturally produce. But I would recommend doing that the natural way, because if you ask Spirit to give you such wonderful experiences when you are in a resting state of mind, then you will receive those.
Jonathan, what different ways are there to open your third eye? I know you said meditation. Is there any other things you could do in your house?
Well, it's not necessarily your home, is it? But you could sit. Meditation is a wonderful way of opening that, you see. And then you could start to visualize that third eye, as you call it, opening, which is the pineal gland, you see.
Yeah.
And the third eye is a wonderful connection to Spirit. That is the most powerful connection to the other side that you have, and to your higher self as well, you see. So once you learn how to tune into that higher self, then you are going to make that connection with Spirit, you see. Some people have that connection naturally. Some people seem to want to work a little bit harder at it. But what I would say to you is, don't work hard at it, because it's something that should happen naturally within you.
Yeah.
It's not something that is going to be a job to do, or well, I cannot do it, Jonathan, because I'm working too hard at it and it's not working. Well, maybe you are trying too hard, you see. If you go to sleep at night, you're going to go to sleep. The body will fall asleep naturally. If you're going to work at it, you're going to have a struggle rather to get to sleep.
That's so
same
true.
goes to that connection, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
happens naturally. You let it happen naturally. You let the mind go where it wants to be, rather than forcing it to be somewhere. And you're having the biggest of struggles, and it's not working.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Most of
Someone
the
said,
things that you do in life, you do so naturally. You see,
True.
you breathe naturally,
Yeah.
and you're not struggling. And then the minute you start to concentrate on that breathing, you start to make it a struggle.
Yeah.
You
You think too much of
do
it.
things naturally. You don't even notice it.
You can meditate naturally then without even noticing, basically.
You are breathing naturally, and half of the time you don't even notice you're doing it.
Mm.
So it's something that the mind and the body naturally do together. They are in harmony together, so the body is breathing. You see, most of the things are habitual. They are built into the mind for the human existence, and you do them so naturally every day. Yet when you go to concentrate on something, you're beginning to work so hard at it, and you're finding it a problem. If you were to let it happen naturally, like the rest of your body works naturally, then it would be the most wonderful experience.
Thank you, Jonathan. Someone said, ask if Jesus has reincarnated more than once.
Would you say that again for me, please, sir?
Someone's asked if Jesus has reincarnated more than once.
No.
No.
He's only incarnated once.
He's just one man. You never come back.
He is pure. He is pure. He is pure source. He has no need to incarnate again, but I do believe he comes to give healing through mediums and through people that are working in churches and such. He wants to do that. But he has no need to reincarnate.
Jonathan, a couple. Oh, sorry. Go on. Was you about to say something? Oh, sorry. A lot of people asking why. 2 seconds. Let me just find it. Why do children come to the earth with special needs?
They are coming here to teach one about empathy and love and raising the vibrations on your earth. In order of raising the vibrations, they are teaching you how to love, no matter what the person looks like from the outside. They are teaching you to look on the inside to see what is inside of that person, rather than judging them from the outside. So they are brought here, and they choose that journey to teach you how to love.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand. Right, so many questions. It's ridiculous. Like,
I will not be staying here much longer because I know that Elaine is getting tired, and if
yeah,
she
she
is
did
too
say
tired, the trance does not work so well.
she has been. Yeah, she said she was a bit tired earlier. How long have we been on here? Does anyone know? I don't know if you know,
I would
Jonathan.
say
Do
about 20 minutes, something of
is
that
it? Yeah,
nature, though I do not live by time.
true. Right. Would you like to say anything, Jonathan? Anything that comes to mind?
Well, I would say that start to believe in yourselves. If you're getting spiritual experiences, we are trying to connect with you. So start to believe in that. If you're going to be doing mediumship, the more you trust in yourself and what is coming from that guide, the better it's going to work, the better the connection is going to be. And take note of the things that you are given. Take note of those little synchronicities, because they are wonderful messages and signs from Spirit. And they are trying to connect with you to let you know that you are connecting with us, you see.
Amazing. One more question, Jonathan. It's pretty deep. How many weeks pregnant does the soul enter the body?
It enters from the moment of conception. So I would say that the moment that that sperm meets the egg, the connection is made, the soul has entered.
Can you tell us about like still babies, stillborn babies?
Stillborn babies, I would say that things go wrong with certain pregnancies, don't they? And the baby fully forms, and then perhaps not enough oxygen is getting in there. Perhaps the umbilical cord is having an incorrection with that, or maybe the baby's heart just stops beating because there is a fault within it.
Would that soul still pass to the afterlife?
Yes.
Amazing.
They simply could not remain on the earth. Every soul, every person that passes is going to pass to the spirit life. It has to become a soul again, so that it then may want to reincarnate again.
Of course. Of course. Thank you, Jonathan. I don't want to read any more questions on because I've there's so many, up and down and up and down. Are any of your children spirit guides?
Well, as I say, one has reincarnated on the earth, the other is in spirit, but he is just as a spirit, he is not a guide.
Yeah, of course. Jonathan, we've been on here 46 minutes. Do you want to call it an evening?
Well, yes, I will take Elaine back now or I will bring her back rather. But I have enjoyed conversing with you all, and maybe we will be able to come on here again sometime.
Definitely.
I
Thank
wish
you,
you all
Jonathan.
good evening. That is what is left of your evening. And don't forget that when your loved ones send you signs, do acknowledge it because they love you. God bless you all.
God bless you, Jonathan. Good morning. So he was on it for 46 minutes. It went quick. It went quick.
Oh God, I didn't even realise.
I didn't even realise. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yeah. Oh.
Camera was pretty good. I could hear you properly. It kept buffering a couple of times, but it was perfect quality.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it seems a bit of a clearer picture on here, doesn't it?
Definitely.
But it must have been your headphones. But then didn't you have them on in the beginning?
No, that's why.
Oh, right, that's
Yeah,
why.
I didn't even
Don't know what
realise.
you
I
like.
know. My phone wasn't even charged, so I didn't want to risk it. But it seems to be alright. It's been alright. It's been alright for the reading anyway.
Oh,
A,
how many
a lot.
percent have you got left now?
I don't know, about 20. I don't know.
Oh,
No, probably
right.
about 10 now. A lot of questions, Elaine. Oh, it didn't stop. They did not
Oh,
stop.
no.
I couldn't read them all. Sorry,
Oh,
guys. I tried to read as much as I possibly could, but it was just so fast.
oh, well, thank you for watching, everybody, and hope you have a good night's sleep. Or if you're over the other side of the world, have a good day.
Yeah. Well, you Americans.
I can't see my head now. That's it. You have to
Yeah.
swipe them out of the way, otherwise you can't see what you're doing.
I know. I tried to concentrate on Jonathan as well, like what he was saying. And there was just constant messages. I was like, oh, so I had to swipe and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
yeah. But that's
Oh, well,
brilliant.
thanks for coming on, Shane. Anyway,
Yeah, no
that's really good
problem.
of you. And
Thank you, Elaine.
thanks for giving your time up.
Yeah,
All right.
always, you know that.
Yeah, I look awful on here.
You don't.
I'm a bit pink. Oh
Guys,
dear.
don't forget as well, if you're in Kent in 2 weeks' time, so 2 weeks, Elaine's got a private event in Mangate, is it, Elaine?
Yeah, 17th of
Yeah.
April at the Lido Cliff Bar in
Tickets are
Margate. Yeah.
available. So go onto the page and go onto the event page, and tickets available on there. And also on the 27th of April in Cumbran, there's an event going on as well. The tickets are on there as well. So if you want to come to the event and see it live. Live.
That's great. Are you filming it live, are you, on the live thing?
I will be, yeah, I'll put it on live, yeah, as well. As well as the
Yeah,
live event.
because my guide did healing at the last event in Essex, in Basildon, and he's never done healing that intense before, never. And he came through, and people were just going to the floor, they were just melting, and but it was fantastic. Yeah, it
Oh,
really was. When
brilliant.
I look back at it, I can't see
I
what's going on.
watched
You see,
it.
I don't know what he's doing.
I
But
couldn't share
when I
it.
looked, sorry.
I couldn't share it because you sent me it in your messenger. I couldn't share it on the channel, on the page.
Yeah, you've got to turn it right up because it's very quiet. Whoever's filmed that one, it's got it very quiet and it's not very good quality. So
I
we
couldn't.
only had candles lit in these things. It's very dark, so you can't see it very well. You can
Yeah, it
see
was.
one girl at the start. She kind of, her feet are in the same place, but when she just falls back. I don't know how her
Yeah.
back stays together. It's just like she just melts. And then she woke up and she said, "Where did I go?" And, "Oh, I'm starving," she went. I thought, that's funny thing to say. But,
Brilliant.
she's just gone. And then the
Someone's
big
so
fella came up. He didn't quite go down to the floor, and his knees buckled, though, apparently. You could see him jerking and his knees were going, but he didn't go right down. And I think Jonathan was a bit concerned that the men couldn't hold him, because he was rather a big fella. But he's,
That's amazing.
oh, it's crazy.
Thanks, guys.
So
I love them.
he said that he wants to do a bit more of that, but it's obviously he's got to have they've got to have somebody standing and supporting them, otherwise they just fall on the bloody floor.
Well, we can do it at the event as well. Loads of
Yeah,
people. So yeah, we can
yeah.
do it.
So
I get a
obviously
couple
he'll want
bit
to do
strong
questions
boys.
and answers, and he'll want to, bring through loved ones and that. But I think it was my partner that said, "Are you going to do any healing tonight?" And he said, "Yes, I don't mind." And it was quite shocking, actually. So he'd never really done it like that before.
Amazing. New. I bet they're loving it.
Yeah, they were. But she woke up and then one was on the floor. She was literally laid on the floor.
Crazy.
And I thought, how the heck she get down there? Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
I can't wait to see it, Elaine.
Yeah,
the video, you know, the video you got sent to, yeah? Can you share that? Hang on. Let me see if I can do it. See the wizard on the PC. Because I want people to see that. It was so good.
Oh, I've got an itchy eye tonight. Itchy.
I know, I've had like that. Ooh.
What's that?
I'm trying to share it. Oh, I can share it in a group. Hang on, if we can do... no, I can't do it.
This was amazing, and we'll need to talk more about Trance Medium. Yeah. Did Jonathan give us healing? Well, I hope so, Zoe. It would be nice if he did.
Yeah, not tonight.
To give you healing, and sometimes you can do healing yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Have the ability to do that. We need you to come to Ireland, Elaine. Yeah, do you know what? That's where my gift started. That's where it started.
Let's do it.
That's a beautiful place.
Beautiful
place.
You can we can book something for it. If you go to the island, or
I don't like boats. So I went across there on the boat. I was, I was absolutely scared. I didn't like it.
You got to get a passport, Elaine. It's going to be soon. You'll be in America.
Yeah, I know. I keep trying to do it. You know, other things sort of get in the way of it.
Yeah, life.
Yeah, it's just other expenses. My poor little cats had to go to the vet. They're okay now. And then the fence fell down with the storm we had. So there's one thing
Mercury
after
retrograde.
another.
Mercury retrograde.
Oh, it was playing up something rotten, that damn Mercury retrograde.
Oh, yeah. My God, it's over now. Thank God.
Yeah, had in for me, it did. Very expensive Mercury retrograde.
You got over 1,000 comments already on this. Crazy.
Oh my goodness! Thank you all for supporting. You know, this is genuine. What I do is genuine. Some people say, "Oh, you might not be in trial," but I am. Believe me, it's taken me a lot to trust all what I do. So
I am the proof. Yeah, like before, if someone asked me about 10 years ago about spirituality and God and spirits and trance and readings, I just blank them out and say no, it's not real. But experiencing myself.
Yeah, so glad you think that way.
Yeah, I've been there. I thought that, and then you have your first reading, and then it's like a spiritual awakening, and then I've had many readings off you as well, Elaine and I and Jonathan, and the stuff they said, Jonathan and Elaine, you would not believe what's come true. So
yeah,
it's amazing. It's all real.
He has had many things he's told come true. People come back to me and they say, well, this has come true, that's come true. And I think, wow, it's just incredible. The Spirit's so clever at the way they get through to us and the little signs they send us, and sometimes big signs. But I'll tell you all on here that my guide, we were going down the motorway in my friend Judy's car, and we were going to go to the sanctuary down in Portsmouth. And we got 3/4 of the way there, and I happened to glance across, and this lorry had Jonathan's name on it. The whole side of the lorry said Jonathan on it in huge letters. I thought, wow, if that's not a sign, then what is?
Definitely.
So his surname on things as well. And I thought, wow, goodness me, it's such a clever song. They are so amazing at giving us signs. Feathers, butterflies, all sorts of things they send us, don't they? Yeah. London last year, what was that? I'll go back down with that. Someone said about London. We had a lovely day with Elaine in London last year, a day of emotional love. I'll never forget it. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yes, we did. Debbie and Paul took me back to the church in Islington where Jonathan said he was married, and that was
wow.
quite emotional. That was.
Wow.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's a photo of the old church, because he said to us in the group that it was bombed in the Second World War, and part of it remained.
Wow.
And the rest of it was blown up, and it turned out to be true. I looked it up afterwards on the internet, and there was a photograph of it there.
That's crazy.
And I thought, wow, if we can get that right, how can that be false? Because I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
of
even
course.
know.
None of it's false, Elaine. None of it. People can believe what they want. There haven't been no negative comments. Everyone's here just for the spiritual thing. Some road trip leads you to who you are, Cumbran. Hi from Germany.
Yeah,
Woo!
Germany, crikey.
Germany.
Yeah,
South
road
Carolina.
trip, need to know who you are. Oh, they're coming through to
In Cumbran.
Yeah.
All the events are on Elaine's page.
Islington. Yeah, that's where Jonathan came from.
Wow.
I don't know if Highbury's in Islington. I ain't got any clue, but he said something about Highbury, Islington. So, that's what he mentioned. Blimey. We can book on Elaine's page. Goodness me. Look at all these hearts. Thank you for all the hearts, everybody. It's kind of crazy amount of hearts on here. Well done to you all.
Everyone's saying, come to New York, come to Florida.
Oregon,
Loads.
USA. Hello, Christy Rose. Thank you for coming on. Come to New York. Wow, that'd be something else. New York. Wow. I've always wanted to go there.
I mean, the Big Apple. I live in Cumbran and got tickets. Amazing, Sarah Jackson. We shall see you there. It'll be a brilliant event.
USA, Oregon, anytime soon. I've got to get a passport.
Let her get a passport first.
Other expenses come in, and then that goes out the window again. I don't know. Mind you, with all these plane crashes and things that have been going on, it's put me off a little bit. I have to go there in my astral body.
Rhonda Valleys. Hello, Tracy.
Highbury is in Islington and not that far from there. And I'm not ever. Wow, Laura.
Yes, Rich. Yes, Richard.
Thank you, Laura.
Scotland.
Would love you to come to Scotland. Yes, you've had one of my pictures, Elaine. We got the same initials.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, Elaine T, yeah.
Yeah, Elaine T. She's another Elaine T. There's a few of us. Yeah. Wouldn't miss this for anything. Oh, that's nice.
Fife, Scotland.
Love your oyster, Elaine. Yeah, that's what Jonathan always says. Write a book. There'll be a great read. People keep asking me to write a book.
Yeah, I suggest that.
Oh, Caroline, crikey. Yeah, that's a long way.
Katie Joe, your Gram's always around you. How do I contact you? You can either go to a spiritualist, a reader, but he's always around you no matter what. Always around you.
Oh, always around you.
I love your accent. My Welsh accent.
Oh, the Welsh, yeah. I couldn't do a Welsh accent if I tried. I was at morning campers. Morning campers.
And I bet. Amazing.
I was going to mention on here, my partner's made some lovely angel plaques. So if anybody wants one, do message him. His name's Frank Kent on here. But he makes lovely angel plaques, and he's going to be making some different ones soon. So if you want to have a look at them once he posts them on my page, don't forget you can message him, and they're in memory of your loved ones, or just hang it on your wall, whatever you want to do. But they're made of concrete, so don't drop them on your foot.
Yeah, they're a bit heavy. Can you ship them, Elaine? Can you send them in the post?
Yeah, he has. He sent one to America already. A friend of ours, Charla, in America, she's had one and she absolutely loves it. So Amazing. He will be making different ones as well. So yes, if you want one, do message us, message Frank Kent or me, and I'm sure he could have one made up for you. Take a look at my page; they're on there. And he's going to be doing some new ones, exciting new ones. Okay, so take a look, see what you think. So I'm going to go now.
I'm Elaine, yeah.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. God, it was an hour already.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't, what's this lady? I didn't do any reading, Sharon. It was only for questions about the afterlife and stuff. So
yeah,
sorry about that. Yeah, being with my children, do I know it's true? Oh, I wouldn't have a clue now because I'm going off, but if you want to talk to me, you can do.
For a private reading as well with Elaine.
With a mad lot, no roundabouts. No roundabouts.
Yeah, that's what Cumbrian's famous for. Loads of roundabouts. Yeah, loads.
Oh, loads. Yeah, loads of roundabouts. Oh, blimey.
Oh, Elaine, thank you. Oh, no, not really. As long as you live there.
Oh, look, Shane, you've just got a message there. Katrina House says, I'm in Quimbran, but I'm on holiday
Cumbran? Quimbran?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I know his son, David. I do, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How can I book a reading with you, please? Okay, you can book a reading.
Private message, Elaine. Obviously, guys, there's a lot of messages on there. So when it is all done and dusted, Elaine will get back to you. I'm helping Elaine on the social media as well, so I will get back to you, and then I message Elaine with who you are, and then she will message you from her private account. So hopefully that works.
Yeah, I will do. I'll always send you a private message. So if you go into your private message, then I can sort it out through there. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, everyone, and thank you to Shane for coming on tonight.
Yeah, the spiritual rapper. Prize music.
The spiritual rapper, yes, listen to his music. Pride, P-R-I-D-Z.
Yeah. Go on YouTube, Spotify, support it.
Yeah, listen to his music.
I'm good mates with your
friend. What you think?
Yeah. Katie Joe, I'm good friends with Jack. That's why I know your name. All right, guys. Peace and love. I'm off as well. Thank you, Elaine.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Love you all. Bye. There we go.